Morning, everyone. This morning we're actually going to be performing a review on the installation of the Borla ATAK mufflers that we've got for the 2012 GT500. The mufflers are just an Axleback kit is what we're going to be installing. We're not going to do an X pipe at this moment. We're just going to kind of see how loud it gets from installing the mufflers, and if we need more sound, obviously we'll go with a X pipe. So last night we jacked up the car. You sprayed some WD-40 on the exhaust bolts, and we're going to be performing the review as we install. So here we have a Borla exhaust. I've got my helper here helping me unbox it. Let's go ahead and see what we've got in here. Get all this foam stuff out of here. These are the Borla ATAK mufflers. They do have a 4.5-inch tips. We went with the polished tips instead of the black, like we did on the 2020 GT500. I figured that with the red, it's probably will look a little bit better back there. So anyway, let's go ahead and start with the install. Here, what you do is you basically take off this clamp here, and the screw should be fairly easy to take off. It wasn't that tight at all. We do have impacts, but our neighbors are probably still asleep with the new year stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and do everything manually. It doesn't seem like it's too hard, so we'll continue. So removing it was a little bit of a pain. We had to get take that cross bar there loose in order to wiggle it out. This bracket here seems to be welded on there, tacked on there, so it makes it a little bit tough. But here's the old exhaust, and now let's install a new one. So here they are side by side. You will have to take the stock clamp off and use it on the new one. What I did was I just kind of wiggled it around until I broke it off. But here's the comparison between both mufflers. So pipes the tips look quite a bit bigger on the Borla, shinier of course. So let's go ahead and install everything back up. You can see here these pipes do stick out a lot more than that. You see this here? Look at that. Much nicer. And we'll give it a little shine after we're done here, just to make it look a little bit shinier, less greasy. So now let's go tackle the other side. So here's how I got the clamp off. I put a rag and just kind of twist it around. My cameraman's gonna have to hold it, so I can hold it with two hands here. Just kind of twist it a little bit, and it'll snap off just like that. So yeah, just snap off, and then you could reuse it. So we've gone out and tested. As you guys can hear some of that sound, it sounds a lot, definitely sounds a lot better. It's not annoyingly loud, you know. It's I think with a mid pipe it'll sound a lot, of course, a lot louder, a lot more aggressive. But the moment you do hit some of the higher RPM, it does get pretty loud. Very aggressive sound. The drone is very minimal. It's actually non-existent. So some of the recommendations that I will give for the for the installation is so some of the recommendations I give for the installation is, you know, WD-40, very, very important. Without the WD-40, getting those hangers off are pretty hard, pretty tough. So dusted off the screws, not the screws, I'm sorry, the bolts were not pretty easy to take off. I sprayed them with WD-40 last night, and everything pretty much came off fairly easy. So again, one of the most important parts that I'd say is, do not wear a white shirt while you're installing. That's one, because I just jumped into it and I wanted to see how it sounded. So was wearing a Mustang driver shirt, a white shirt. So this shirt's basically gone now. But on a more serious note, it's fairly easy. It took 45 minutes. Anybody can do this installation. You know, just a couple of bolts, and that's it. I mean, pretty much very, very easy. So we're going to I think the next thing we're going to do with the car is going to be the air intake, just to get a little bit more sound from the whine on the supercharger. You know, the exhaust, we're still going to debate if we want to do an X pipe. And you know, we do have a lot of neighbors and we don't want to wake them up in the morning. But the as far as more mods, I think we're gonna keep it fairly minimal. You know, down the road, I don't know what we'll decide, you know, what we're gonna do with it. But another thing I do want to mention is the next video, we are going to be receiving the carbon fiber components for the 2020 GT500. Everything is already, you know, in FedEx on the way here. It should be, I would say, Tuesday at the latest, and we should have, you know, a couple of days, we should have that everything in here, so we can install the carbon fiber on the 2020. That's we have quite a bit of pieces. You know, we got about seven I think it's about $7,000 worth of carbon fiber being installed on the car. Gurney flap, side skirt extensions, diffuser, splitter wickers, mirrors, quite a few things that we're going to be installing on the 2020. So I'm very excited for that video, and we'll be sharing it with you guys right away. Once again, guys, comment, like, subscribe. You know, give us any feedback on these cars, on this 2012 GT500. I know very minimal about this car. I definitely wanna know what it does, what we should do to it, what we need to look out for. You know, just give us any feedback on what do you think we should do to the car. So on top of that, you know, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment. I'll try to answer them as fast as I can. So anyway, until the next video, see you guys later.